Good morning. I'm ready to present you today's headline of Ukraine. The enemy is advancing in 4 directions, General Staff. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to prepare for an offensive in eastern Ukraine. The enemy does not leave attempt to capture Mariupol. Advances in area of Izyum, Rezubin and Prosana tries to break through the defense of the armed forces of Ukraine in the Donetsk direction. This is reported by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Meanwhile, there remains the possibility of missiles and airstrike from the territory of Belarus and Ukrainian military and civilian infrastructure. Russia is looking for volunteers in Belarus for the war against Ukraine, General Staff. In Belarus, so-called volunteers are selected to recruit new units of the private military company. This is reported by the General Staff. In addition, there is remains of the possibility of missiles and airstrike from the territory of Belarus on military and civilian infrastructure facilities on the territory of Ukraine and civilian infrastructure. The armed forces of Belarus conduct operation and combat training activities and at training grounds throughout the country. Zelensky explained why Russia will not use nuclear weapons. Ukrainian President Zelensky said he does not believe in Russia's use of nuclear weapons. He said this in an interview with the Indian TV channel Republic Media Network. The use of any weapon and nuclear is no exception. We will not be because someone will stand up for Ukraine, not because we will be accepted into NATO, not because some country will give us planes or tanks. Ukraine expects Russia to suspend hostilities during Pope Francis' visit, Yurash. Ukrainian ambassador to the vacant city, Andrei Yurash, said Ukraine expects Russia to suspend hostilities during possible visit by the Pope Francis to Kyiv. Yurash spoke hours after meeting with Pope Francis and top Vatican officials to formalize present his credentials. We discussed main issues on the agenda right now. First of all, the possible visit of His Holiness to Ukraine. The battle for Donbass will determine the course of the war, Yermak. The course of the war with Russia will be determined by the battle for Donbass, says Andrei Yermak, the head of the presidential office. The battle for Donbass will now be a key one in our patriotic war. We have already survived the battle for Kharkov. The army holds Mariupol, but the battle of Donbass will determine the further course of the war with Russia. Please subscribe for more like this. Thank you.